the Troublemaker Pearl. It's looking pretty good for me so far. I've thrown it a little bit. Haven't thrown it a ton. I'll throw some shots with it. After that, I'll go through kind of where it would fit in my bag, when I'd throw it, and how I see myself using it, how much I see myself using it. And right now, a little hint, I think I'm gonna be throwing it a lot. Oh my God. It comes back. Throw one more shot and then I'll compare it to some of the other stuff in my bag. Well, then I don't have to shoot at spares. I also have to, I'm throwing them fast, so like I just always foul. So I'll compare it to my normal Troublemaker. I'm gonna move like 3 left, get into some more oil. I normally keep that at like 1,500. It's more of my benchmark ball, whereas this is pretty shiny right now. So in order to get my Troublemaker to actually shape, I'm gonna have to get into more oil and really get around it. Whereas the Troublemaker Pearls, more naturally just getting through it and flipping down lane. I'll throw another shot with the Troublemaker. Make sure to get around it. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting around it and it's still not coming back quite. I've loved my original Troublemaker, it's been great, but I think this Troublemaker Pearl's gonna be perfect for kind of what the lanes are right now. They're getting past the spot where I can throw this. This is kind of gonna weak 10, whereas when I'm going to my Troublemaker Pearl, it's going way harder off the spot and just getting through the fronts way better. I'll try to get another strike with the Troublemaker, really try to get around it, but I'm thinking that these two are gonna be a great 1-2 punch, whereas I'm throwing this on fresh a lot. It's kind of my benchmark ball, and as soon as this starts dying out, the Troublemaker Pearl is gonna be great. I do love this ball a lot, and so I like to throw it as long as possible. Might be a little bit too long. It's hard to get it through the fronts, hard to get it to move down lane. It's a good ball if they weren't so toasty. I think my fireball is gonna fit right above the Troublemaker Pearl. It's my weakest ball in the bag, and the Troublemaker's moving a ton right now, and it's still getting through the fronts. I think it's gonna be a great ball in transition, whereas by the end of the day, I'm throwing this. So kind of compare the two, get a little bit further left, and really wheel this one. Yeah, and I'm getting up the back of that a little bit to control it because it's gonna be actually a little bit too clean, whereas I think the Troublemaker Pearl right now, I don't have to do anything to it. It's gonna move down lane, it's gonna get through the fronts, it's gonna strike. Yeah, I think the Troublemaker Pearl is really just gonna bridge that gap between the Troublemaker and my fireball and really gonna help me in transition. I'm gonna compare it to the Violent Collision as well, something in the deviate line and kind of a little bit more forward. It definitely does not flip as much as the Troublemaker Pearl. Good fall for me. I've liked the Violent Collision to control the lanes more when they start hooking, whereas this Troublemaker is definitely gonna be sharp, and it's gonna go through the pins when they start hooking. Okay. I'll throw the Widow too. I think it's almost in a similar spot with the Troublemaker Pearl. The Widow's quite a bit slower for me. Troublemaker's going way harder off the spot. We'll see how it compares. A little bit of a smoother shape. Still definitely moves down lane. I keep saying a lot of these are my favorite balls. Every single ball I have down here right now, I'm a pretty big fan of. There we go. I try to line up on that lane, but they were hooking so much that I'm on this lane, have a little bit more oil, really show what the ball can do, be in a more comfortable spot where most people would actually be playing. So here's a game with the Troublemaker Pearl. Not quite lined up, I guess. Move 3 and 2 left, and that'll probably be a little bit closer. With how much I missed right, that might have been more like 3 and 0, so I'm surprised it even tried to come back, and I've been really impressed with how much this pearl can hook even when I send it right. So let's try not to do that. I'm gonna move an extra board and actually hit my mark. There we go. Looks good when you throw it good. That's all you can ask for. Oh, that's not very good. Say what you want about shrink pins, but that fell in my book. We're gonna try to get around it a little bit more. Throw it a little bit slower, really get it through the pins. I'd say that's a better move, not a better shot, so we'll throw a good one and see what happens. Let's throw it a little bit better, and I think it'll look even better than that. Did I say a little bit better? I meant tug it over my toe. Get those confused sometimes. With something this quick, if I'm leaving makeables when I'm missing, I'm fine, because when I'm throwing them good, they're gonna strike every single time, or just about. Small chance I chased it a little bit too far left, but we can always hit it harder, so that's what we're gonna do. Oh, and it works. When in doubt, just give it the That's official advice and quantifiable. Give it exactly I love balls, when I hit it harder, it still gets to the front, so it just reads down lane more. So when I hit it, it's fun to watch. I get carried away though. The ball is going straight left. Few bad shots, few bad moves, but we still have a pretty good game out there, so get one more strike and wrap it up. There we go. It's gonna be 244 if I get the fill. It's a pretty good game, if I do say so myself. Personally, for my standards, 240 is pretty good. Oh my God. It's so funny, some people don't believe me. Hitting it harder always works. Every single time. I've never hit it harder and it not worked. I'm liking this ball a lot so far. I liked the Troublemaker originally, and I think this one builds off it really nice. They both complement each other very well. This one's gonna be great in transition. Kind of as soon as they open up, this one's going to hook. And I think with how it works with the core, you're gonna be able to get a lot of different layouts out of this. If you want it to be a little bit slower or even quicker than this, you can. And that's, I think, the benefit of this ball. And I think you're gonna be able to do a lot with this ball. It'll fit the spot you need, and I think it's definitely gonna fit the spot I need, and it's gonna go down the lane a lot. So thanks for watching. Let me know what else you want me to do with this ball or any other ball you might want me to review. So bye.